Hi, everyone. My name is Chad Fosdick. If I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, you may have seen me on Facebook or now most recently on YouTube or heard me on this podcast. So we started here in North Platte in January of 2014. We opened our premier rental purchase store, which I'm standing in right now. And then in August of 2015, we opened up another business, another franchise business here in town called Mr. Appliance, and we do in-home appliance repair there. From all of that, we have utilized social media and particularly Facebook to be able to try to reach our customers that may not otherwise know us, because we know as a local small business that it is that one-to-one relationship with people and in the interaction, the genuine level of care that is given, and also making sure that people know who we are and not having to try to rely on big, publicly traded company budgets to try to get the same message across. Social media has been a great tool for us, and with everything that is happening both locally, statewide, regionally, nationally, that there needed to be another source, there needed to be another voice for the things that are important to us. So there's a lot of things that are going on in North Platte today that maybe don't get the coverage and don't get the word spread and the attention that I think that they should. Because I've lived in a lot of places. I've between 2005 and 2000 and today, basically, I've lived in Hastings, Grand Island, Scottsbluff, North Platte, Minden, and a couple of times within each of those. And so I've had the opportunity to actually experience as a resident some of these other communities of a similar size. And I firmly believe that we live in a great community. Do we have problems here? Yes, we do. But I think that we can help try to raise that level of conversation about what is actually important to you and to me as we are trying to go through life here in North Platte, Nebraska. So I really appreciate that you would take the time to listen or watch this content as we're going to go and we're going to try to get. We have already had a couple and we're going to get a couple more. But we're really going to try to put together some great interviews that really hit home for you and that you can really see, maybe peel back the curtain a little bit on what it actually takes for some of these people that are making a difference in the community, as well as trying to achieve the dreams that they have for themselves. So, being able to do this podcast and being able to do this video series for you is very important to me for a couple of reasons. I think first and foremost, I recently lost my grandfather, right? And so all I have of him is my memories, which are great. I have great memories of the time I spent with him and what he taught me to be a man and what he taught me to work hard and to actually contribute to your family and to your community. He taught me all those things. But what would have been cool is if I could have seen him when he was 35, 36, 37 years old and he had a growing family and he was out there working every day. That'd have been cool to be able to pop that tape in and or rewind this video and be able to actually see what he was going through, because a lot of times we get the glamorized versions and we only get the good parts. We don't get all the hard parts and we don't get the tough struggles that people go through. And so part of it's a little bit selfish for me, whether it be for my children when they get older, they can see some of this interaction that we're having as a community now, and maybe in 15 years when they're dealing with some similar issues, whether it be in their life or within the communities that they're living in and trying to make a difference where they're at, that they can see that some of the same problems have existed for a long time and that maybe we have a solution today that might help them then. Or for my children or my great-grandchildren or my even great-great-grandchildren that I might not ever be able to meet, this will be my opportunity to talk to them, and they'll know what I was about, and they'll know what our businesses were about, and they'll know what we tried to do during our time here. So that's number one. Number two, I think that this is going to be a great forum for people to be able to share their stories and be able to actually go deep and get some deep detail on what it actually takes for, again, whether it's a community leader that is running a nonprofit board, we'll say, or that is a professional athlete that is trying to make it to that next level, to that grand stage. I want to be able to sit down and talk to them and hopefully bring out some nuggets of information and some really good takeaways for you and for me. This isn't just for you. This is also for me to be able to get from them. What does it actually take? And what does it mean when you get there, when you make it, right? So again, it means a lot to me that you would watch this video and listen to this podcast. We are going to do our very best to make sure that we are as authentic as we can possibly be, and that the interviews that we complete here are going to be massive value to you. So, our goal with both Mr. Appliance and Premier is pretty much the same. And that's why they were a good marriage for us, right? It went hand in hand with each other, because at the core of what we do is we build one-on-one relationships with people, and we put their priorities, what they need, at the forefront of the discussion. And so you can apply that same strategy to anything. You can apply it to buying a couch. You can do it to helping someone get insurance, right? You can help it to you can apply that to how you interact with your children. Now that doesn't mean totally for naught, right? That doesn't just mean, we will forsake every other thing in order to meet that need, but we will do our darndest to meet that need of that person within what's within our capability and our control, right? So it doesn't matter if we're repairing a refrigerator. It doesn't matter if we are helping someone get a new set of living room furniture. We are going to go out of our way. And that's probably the big thing, is we go out of our way. We go out of our way constantly. And you don't see that a lot, unfortunately, for whatever reason. And it's going to come back to this for everybody. They're going to have no choice to come back to this, because that's why we win a lot of times, because we go out of our way. And people sometimes treat them as if they're in the way, right? Which is just crazy, because that's the customer that you're serving. So we're going to do that same thing with this podcast here and with this video series. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. And I hope that you stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you like all of this content, because it's going to help me tremendously. I'm not going to ask a lot from you. We're not going to be trying to sell you anything on this thing, right? I'm not asking you to part with money, but if I am asking you to part with something, is hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It would mean a lot to me. It would help us continue to spread that word. And if we can get to a couple of people that are struggling out there, if we can get to some businesses that are struggling out there, and if we can get to a community and help strengthen that community as we continue to come together and we continue to try to grow our community into a great place to live, which it already is, but just making it better than what it already is, that is going to go so far in helping us achieve what we're trying to achieve here. So as always, I really appreciate your attention. I appreciate you watching and listening to this. And let me know if I can be of any help. You can message me here on this page. You can leave a comment. I'll get back to you. We got no comment left behind. And hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.